Greetings, fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites. Today is Monday, April the 15th of 2013. Now you notice when I showed you this, I didn't actually say that because I was gonna, considering today's April the 15th, tax day, I was gonna maybe sing a little song, that Beatles tune, The Tax Man, but I'm sure that many of you fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites know this by now. But for those of you who still haven't heard, something awful happened today. It happened at the Boston Marathon. There's a couple of bombs that went off near the finish line. Yeah, that's right, folks, some explosions at the Boston Marathon. And from what I understand, there were 22 people who were injured, and 2 who unfortunately died as a result. And from what I understand, one of them was only 8 years old. To be honest with you, though, I don't know if it's two of them. I heard stories saying it's an 8-year-old boy or an 8-year-old girl. Well, it really doesn't matter. We don't need to get into what gender, because it could have been 2 kids, but still, a total tragedy. And and one of my fellow Facebookites just mentioned that this is around the same time some other tragedies occurred. Because back in '95 there was the Oklahoma City bombing around this time, and it didn't even dawn on me that it happened on the 2nd anniversary of what happened, down in a couple years before, down in Waco, Texas, or near Waco, Texas, I should say, that Branch Davidian complex, when that fire broke out and when FBI was storming that compound. From what I understand, that nutbar responsible for that Oklahoma City bombing was wanting to get revenge for what happened at that Branch Davidian place. And there was also a Virginia Tech, I forget which, I forgot what year it was. Let me take a look. Because one of my fellow Facebookites posted something like this. Yeah, one of my fellow Facebookites said, Waco, Oklahoma City, Columbine, Virginia Tech, all happened this week. And now the Boston Marathon. You see, what happened down in Waco, that Branch Davidian complex, it happened on April the 19th of '93. Oklahoma City bombing, April 19th, '95, same date. Columbine, April the 20th of '99. Virginia Tech, April the 16th of '07. Total tragedy, And imagine 2 people killed, and one of them, at least one of them, being just 8 years old. It sickens me. And you know what else sickens me? Is this feeling that I've got right now. When you consider these tragedies that have been occurring over the past handful of years. Like, think about what happened this past December. That Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting over in Connecticut. And a couple of years back, down in Tucson, when that wise guy shot some people, including one of our then representatives, Gabrielle Giffords, and wound up killing a little girl. Something that I've been hearing, when they would have the funerals of these kids, and I hope I'm just jumping to conclusions when I say this, but I'll bet you anything, when they have the funerals of these victims of this at this Boston Marathon, I wouldn't be surprised if a certain group tried to protest at one of their funerals. This group I'm talking about, this church, if you can call them a church, this church I'm talking about, this Westboro Baptist Church, over in, they've been in the news quite a bit lately about, them protesting these funerals, these anti-gay people, and saying things like God hates fags and God hates the world and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if they show up at one of those funerals, of Boston Marathon victims. Like I said, I may be just jumping to conclusions when I say that. But first of all, my heart goes out to the families of the victims who perished. And of course also to the families and to the victims who were injured. But hopefully we'll be okay. But, but it really sickens me when these Westboro people saying things like God sent the shooter or God sent the terrorist to destroy these people. In the past couple of months that I've been doing this show, I've never been one to talk about religious beliefs and stuff like that. Well, I have been raised as a Christian, okay? I'm not going to get into, I don't want to get into, what all that stuff, but I will say this. I don't think God is in the business of sending shooters and terrorists to massacre people. And, these Westboro people, it's like they think they're claiming that they think God gave them the right to pass judgment. Well, do correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't got the best memory in the world. But if my memory serves me correctly, I do believe that it clearly says in the very good book that you should not pass judgment lest you be judged. Does it not say that? So, like I said, I may be just jumping to conclusions, but when you consider all the tragedies that have been going on in these past few years, and these Westboro people saying that they're being punished, that's God's way of punishing these people for all the evil in the world. It sickens me. What more can I say? But I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I would hope that I'm wrong, that they're not going to do stuff like that. But nevertheless, Westboro or no Westboro, my heart goes to all the victims and the families of these victims, some which will hopefully be alright, and the ones who didn't make it. All you people, all you fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites, You want to say a prayer for these people. And if these Westboro people do plan on protesting any funerals related to this, I would say a prayer for them too. Because I don't think they know what they're doing. So, prayers to all. What more can I say? Well, folks, I just wanted to come on here because I found out about this whole tragedy when at work, because a couple of my coworkers were listening to it on the radio, and I found out about it, you know, when from these coworkers, and like I said, I was considering, again, considering the fact today being the deadline for it to file income taxes, I was gonna do a little, maybe a little rendition of that that Beatles tune, you know, the Tax Man. But when I found out about what happened in Boston today, I just don't see myself doing that. Maybe next year. Who knows? But once again, my heart goes to the victims and the families of the victims of what happened in Boston today. And once again, if the Westboro people are planning on protesting any funerals, you know, I know better than to wish bad things upon them, because then I would be no different than they are. You know, it just wouldn't do me any good. So, what more can I say? Say a prayer for everyone. Well, that's going to do it for me for now. So until next time, Crisscross Applesauce out. See you later.